Right, I'm Stephen Wills. This is a BSA B34 Ex-Works Gold Star. It was the first original works rider was Jackie Oliver. He had it in 1956 to I think 1960-61.
Last year's sidecar winner, Jack Oliver, with his mother in the chair this time. Some fellows might think mother-in-law a better form of ballast. Loch Linney provides the backcloth for Jack Oliver and his mother reaching the top. Everyone admires the courage of this truly sporting lady of 70 years and 10.
Arthur Lampkin had it for a couple of years after that, 61 to 63. There's photographs of it in Don Morley's book, Pre-65 Trials Bikes, of it in Fort William, where it had the first class award in 1958. And I have a photograph of it with Arthur Lampkin on it in the 1961 Northern Experts Trial. I bought this bike in 1987. It didn't have the sidecar, but being that it was always an outfit bike, I wanted to put an appropriate sidecar to it, and I found the sidecar from another dealer in Catford called Roger Hollinghead. The sidecar was in a mess when I bought it, and I had to have new aluminium folded onto it, and I was told at the time that it would cost a couple of £100 if I put it into Watsonians to have it done. So I approached a friend that was a car sprayer, and he put me onto a panel beater or a sheet metal worker that worked for the GPO. And when I approached this fella, and he said he'd love to do it because it was nicely to do rolling and folding that, and he originally charged me in the end £40. These little pads on the sidecar mudguard, I manufactured them, bolted them on myself, just as so when the passenger sits out, they can get the weight out of the chair when they go into a right-hander. And I believe that the sidecar was actually manufactured by a fellow that had it hitched to an HT5 aerial to do pre-65 trials riding on, and he manufactured it in the 70s. I would say originally was going to do pre-65 trials riding on it, but being the history to it and the value of it, I ended up just using it for road work. And I ran the bike till 1999, and the big end went, and it had been off the road since then. But in that meantime, I gradually restored it. The start of the restoration was the oil tank. I had that resprayed, and then I had to have gearbox works done. And this is a trials gearbox, TR1 trials T, and a new main shaft in it. The big end had gone in the engine, so I had that done. Oh, there's Russell's motorcycles, they supplied and pressed on the big end. Carburetors, I need to put a new carburetor. It's not the right size, it's 376, I need a 389 inch and an eighth carburetor on it, which is on order, and hopefully we'll fit that in a couple of weeks' time, and it should run a lot better. It doesn't really tick over properly. Put the shorter fork shrouds on it. They had full shrouds on it before. Resighted the speedo in the proper position with the proper bracket up here. This is the mileage I've done on it since it was restored. Since when I bought it, it was clocked they can clock them back to nil from the first restoration, and I've done 8,047 miles on it. But since I restored it and it's gone back on the road again, I've just done a little over, probably about 50 miles. And it's taken like 10-12 years to put it all back together, and I'm well pleased with it. It's not quite finished. I want to re-chrome this, the exhaust and the silencer. I've ordered a new carburetor. I don't think the carburetor's not the right size, and a smaller rear sprocket on the rear wheel, and that'll be the completion of it then, more or less, I should imagine. What I plan to do when it's finished, well, just use it on the roads and maybe show it now and again, and go to. I was talking to a fellow yesterday down at Ace Classics. He said they'd like to see these sort of bikes down the Talmag Trail that's held every late January, early February every year, and it's not. I don't think it's too far away, so that'll be a thing that maybe get to that, and or the Scottish 6-day trials, get it back up there to show it off, and it's a joy to ride. It's quite comfy, very comfy, yeah, I enjoy it. I love it. You get so much pleasure from riding it, and people looking at you, especially mums with little kids, they love to see it, and they could, oh look.